Hey YouTube, it's Paul here. Just wanted to do a quick video before I left here in a minute to go pick up and shoot a video of my Gold 4 boxes. And of course I'll mention what's for trade, which mats are for trade. I do have some reserved for my friends, of course. I'm sure you guys do the same. But today we're doing a top 10 favorite monsters. I'm sure you guys have done this before. You've talked about it with your friends. I don't base my stuff off what's the most broken. I mean, none of the Chaos monsters made the list. I'm a little bit more of an old school gamer. You know, I have all the new decks. I play all the new stuff. I really don't play hardly any of these monsters that are on my list. You know, a few of them you'll know. But it's not about that. There's also a contest involved. I'm thinking about just giving away an Ultra Tengu as the prize. It'll just be shipped to you with tracking and, you know, protected as usual. But today I'm not going to show you my number one monster, and anybody that lives in Oklahoma is not eligible, because everybody that knows me in Tulsa, you know, Oklahoma City, anywhere in the metro area knows this about me because I ask everybody for this card. So I'll show it to you. It's my number one slot, and it's just a binder full of them. So the contest is who can guess which monster it is. I'll try to get on here every day and let you guys know yes or no, and who's won, or, you know, if nobody ever guesses it, then I'll reveal it after about a week's time, and then the contest will be how many do I have, how many you know, do I have will be whoever comes the closest. So anyway, let's dive right into it. I got my top 10 here, and I just kind of laid them out on how many I have and kind of just some cool things about them. I'm going to do an honorable mention, number 11. It was hard, you know, to not put this in there. I would say number 12 will be Sangan, but number 11 is Fiend Mega Cyber. And he was like, you know, the early Cyber Dragon before anybody knew about special summoning from the hand. It just didn't happen very often. Alright, number 10 is Exodia. This is my Spanish first edition set. There we go, get it into focus here. That glare is horrible. Here is my secret rare set, which is one of the hardest ones to find out of any set. It's actually probably almost as hard to find as the first edition. Now, I know you can get on eBay and probably just buy it, but for a long time it was over 50. Hard to find. And then this is my crazy first edition English, not world edition, just regular English first edition set. Extremely difficult to find, and they're all just perfect mint. Number 9 is Penguin Soldier. Not only is he one of the most annoying monsters in YuGiOh, but I like him. He's weak, but he has an amazing effect. And the fact that he can bounce himself back. People are playing a lot more of him. I've seen him in Wetlands deck. I've seen him in Zero decks. I've seen him in a lot of sides. And when Priority's gone, I think he's going to be even better for the side deck. As you can see, my number 8 slot is one of my favorite monsters. He's also super annoying. I love the annoyance factor in YuGiOh. My 3 misprint Nimbomomongas. And then my 3 hollow Nimbomomongas. Love these guys. I almost forgot to even put him on the list. I had Sangan in there for a while, and even though I do love Sangan, this guy, you know, he's not better, but I like him more. So, all right, number 7, Morphing Jar. As you can see, I've got a pretty awesome collection. TP2 mint, TP4 mint. That one's supposed to represent the Gold 4, which I'll have later today, and then my misprint jar. Even though, really, that's not a jar, that's a bug misprint, but just thought it was funny. Number 6, Lava Golem. Also, annoyance factor. As you can see, I've got quite a few secrets. I've got a cool Spanish one, and I've got my 2 awesome misprints. Hopefully you can see it there. This guy doesn't get any play anymore because nobody wants to get that stuck in hand, but you know, nowadays there's so many times where a field has at least 2 monsters. But 3,000 is kind of hard to deal with even today. But once bottomless and compulsory are back being one of the main traps when priority is gone, compulsory, bouncing back after you used them, and even if they negate the summon, they still lose their 2 monsters as the tributes. Bountiful Artemis, easily number 5, because I love counter fairies. The second he came out as a common, I played him. I played counter fairies, and I still play it. And when the Lord structure, or whatever the fairy one that's out right now is, before that ever got released, I was kind of hoping that wouldn't, just because now everybody wants to play fairies and counter fairies and all that kind of stuff, which is unfortunate, because I was, one of the only ones in Oklahoma to play him, and when I go to regional, I'm still one of the only ones to play him. So, a deck that I like even more is 6 Samurai. My 3 secret Grandmasters, and I actually like him. There's my misprint. That cost me a pretty penny, but I do love it. Worth every bit of it. I love 6 Samurai. I only play the old style. I have every single one of the new cards. I can build it anytime I want, but I don't. Hoping to wait until it drops off, being in the top tier decks, then I'll play it again. With a few of the new monsters, I'm still going to play a couple old ones. But I do love him. I love the art on it. I like the background. I just like everything about him. Number 3, Jinzo, the first badass effect monster. I've got every single Jinzo version ever made. I've got the anniversary, I've got the gold, I've got the BPT 10, and there's your DB1 Ultra, there's your PSV. I even have 2 PSVs, 1 first and 1 unlimited. So that's my number 3. I think a lot of people would agree he's still pretty damn good with the Jinzo Returner combo. Psychic Shockwave doesn't hurt, and the fact that, I guess, the ruling is still that they stack, so you can bring out 3 Jinzos at once. Anyway, I don't think I'll get too many arguments that Jinzo deserves to be near the top. I know he's not played as much anymore, but, I think he should be. Just Solemn Warning, and, there's not many things anybody else plays besides 2 warnings and a judgment to get rid of him. So, I don't know. If there was a way to tribute him easier, I would play him too. Number 2, Plasma. This is a personal choice. Obviously, a lot of people think that he's, easy to get rid of, and, he kind of is, but just love him. Love protecting him. I played and when Priority's gone, I think he'll be even better, but when Bamboo Shoot, I used to play that deck with cherries and monsters that just keep regenerating, and then I would have Plasma and Shoot on the field at the same time, and I always won those games when I had both. I just play Fiendish Chains and Safe Zones and stuff to protect Plasma, and they couldn't do anything. They couldn't use their effects. Not many people play stuff like Exile Force, so it just wasn't a lot they could do. And I've got my 2 Germans there. I'm trying to get another one if anybody has one. And then, of course, my binder full of my, I know it's a crappy binder, binder full of my number 1 favorite card. As you can see, it's, it's not a huge binder. It's not just crazy full, but there's quite a few in there. So there's the contest. If you can guess my number 1, we're going to put no PMs, just put all of them in the comment section. That way everybody else can see. I'd like if you try to just keep it to 1 guess, but I doubt that's going to happen. So anyway, guys, there it is. There's my favorites, top 10. I like to get some cool video responses, from you guys of what yours are, and we can just keep it going. That'd be something fun to do. Peace.